Have you ever noticed that the most magnetic women in a room are rarely the loudest ones? They don't announce their worth. They don't need to. There's a woman, somewhere between her 40s and her golden decades, who walks into a space and something simply shifts. Heads turn, not because of a label stitched inside her jacket, but because of the way she carries 4 decades of living inside her posture. If you are that woman, or you are becoming her, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not fading. You are refining. And today, we're talking about the real anatomy of that unmistakable, expensive-looking elegance that has nothing to do with your bank account and everything to do with intention. This is Timeless Elegance, and if you are new here, this is a home for women over 40 who are done apologizing for taking up space and ready to dress like the woman they have actually become. Let's get into it, because some of what I am about to say might gently challenge how you have been shopping for years. Secret 1. The power of fit. Here is the truth nobody tells you at the department store. Looking wealthy, looking polished, looking like a woman who is exactly where she is supposed to be in life has almost nothing to do with the price tag. It has everything to do with fit. This is the first secret, and it is the one most women over 40 skip without realizing it. Your body has changed. Of course it has. It has carried you through decades of decisions, love, loss, work, and wisdom. So, why are you still buying the same cut you wore at 25? A blazer that gapes at the button, trousers pooling at the ankle, a dress that was made for a body that is not the one you are living in today. None of that is elegance. That is just fabric hanging in the wrong place. A woman who understands timeless style finds a tailor and treats her closet like an investment portfolio, not a rotating door of trends. A structured blazer that schemes your shoulders. Trousers that graze the top of your shoe, not drag beneath it. A dress that follows your waist instead of hiding it. That is what makes an outfit look expensive. Not the label. The fit. Say it with me because this one is worth repeating. Tailoring is the closest thing to a magic trick that fashion has ever invented. Secret 2. Fabric tells the truth. Now, let's talk about fabric, because your hands know the truth before your eyes do. Cheap fabric announces itself the moment someone touches your sleeve. Wealthy, elegant women over 40 gravitate toward linen, wool, cashmere, silk, and good cotton because these materials move the way real life moves. They soften with age instead of pilling. They drape instead of cling. If you want to build a mature women's fashion wardrobe that photographs beautifully and feels even better against rich, seasoned skin, stop chasing quantity. 10 exceptional pieces will always outshine 60 forgettable ones. This is not about shopping less because you have to. This is about shopping less because you finally know better. Secret 3. The neutral palette of confidence. And can we talk about color for a moment, because I have opinions here and I am not sorry about them. Somewhere along the way, women were told that after a certain age they should disappear into muted, apologetic tones, or on the opposite end, drown themselves in loud prints to prove they still have life in them. Both of those ideas are wrong, and I want you to release them right now. The most elegant women over 40 understand the quiet power of a neutral palette. Camel,
Cream,
chocolate brown, navy, soft black, warm ivory. These are not boring colors. These are confident colors. They photograph like money because they require no explanation. But here's the twist, and this is where I want you to sit up a little straighter. Timeless does not mean invisible. A monochrome look, one color from your collar to your shoe, creates an elongated silhouette that reads as intentional and expensive from across the room. And when you do reach for color, reach for it with purpose. A deep emerald blazer, a rich burgundy coat. These are not loud. These are declarations. There is a difference between wearing color and wearing chaos, and a woman with taste always knows which one she is choosing. If something in this video is already shifting how you see your closet, go ahead and like this video right now. It genuinely helps this message reach more women who need to hear it, and it takes you 2 seconds. Secret 4. Shoes speak before you do. Let's move to your feet because I promise you, people notice your shoes before they notice your handbag. Worn heels. Scuffed leather. Shoes that were fashionable 3 seasons ago and have overstayed their welcome. Nothing undoes an elegant outfit faster. A woman who understands over 40 style invests in a small rotation of exceptional footwear. Clean pointed flats. A tailored loafer. An ankle boot with real structure. Elegant sandals in the warmer months. Simplicity, not spectacle. You do not need a giant logo across your toe to prove anything to anyone. Quiet confidence has never needed a billboard. Secret 5. Grooming is self-respect. Now, grooming. This is the part women often underestimate, and yet it might be the loudest signal of all. Your grooming tells a story before you say a single word. Healthy, well-cared-for hair, whether you have embraced your natural silver, kept your color rich and warm, or somewhere beautifully in between, is a statement of self-respect. Skin that is moisturized and cared for, even without a full face of makeup, radiates a kind of graceful aging that no amount of concealer can fake. Clean, polished nails. A signature scent that lingers just enough to be remembered. This is not vanity. This is a woman who has decided that caring for herself is not optional at any age, and certainly not now. Secret 6. The art of restraint. Let's talk about accessories, because this is where so many well-meaning women accidentally undo everything they just got right. Piling on jewelry, oversized logos, 5 bracelets, 3 necklaces, and statement earrings all at once does not read as rich. It reads as unsure. Elegant women over 40 know that restraint is a skill. 1 meaningful watch. A pair of pearl or gold studs. A structured handbag that does the talking for you. Sophistication has always lived quietly in the details, never in the volume. Secret 7. The bag that elevates everything. And speaking of handbags, let's be honest with each other for a moment. A cracked, overstuffed, logo-covered bag can undo an otherwise flawless outfit in an instant. But a clean, structured bag in black, tan, or cream can elevate even the simplest jeans and white shirt combination into something that looks like it belongs on a European sidewalk. This is not about spending a fortune. This is about choosing shapes that do not expire with the season. Secret 8. Timeless over trendy. Here is something I need you to hear, especially if you have felt pressure to keep up with every trend flooding your feed. Trends were built for a 22-year-old's attention span, not for a woman who has actually earned her taste. The most elegant women over 40 are not chasing what is viral. They are building a wardrobe of what is permanent. A crisp white shirt, a trench coat that has outlived 3 decades of fashion cycles, dark, well-fitted denim, a tailored blazer. These pieces do not go out of style because they were never in style to begin with. They simply are style. Now, if you have been nodding along, or if one of these points made you go, yes, that is exactly what I've been doing wrong, I would genuinely love to hear it in the comments. Tell me which one hit closest to home. This conversation gets richer when you bring your voice into it. Secret 9. Posture, presence, and power. Let's talk about something no stylist can sell you, because it cannot be bought. Posture. Presence. The way you enter a room. I have watched women in $1,000 coats look smaller than a woman in a simple sweater and dark denim, simply because of how they carried themselves. Shoulders back. Chin level. A steady, unhurried walk that says, I am not rushing to prove anything to anyone. This is where confidence and style actually merge into one thing. You cannot buy composure. You can only decide to embody it. And once you do, people stop noticing your outfit and start noticing you. Beyond the closet style as wellness. And can we talk about something deeper for a moment, something style articles rarely mention? None of this works if you are running on empty. Elegance is not just what you wear. It is how rested you are, how much water you drank today, whether you moved your body, even for 20 minutes, in a way that felt like joy instead of punishment. The women who radiate that unmistakable glow after 40 are not necessarily the ones with the biggest closets. They're the ones who treat wellness as part of their style, not separate from it. Good sleep shows up on your face before good concealer ever could. A short walk outside does more for your posture than any blazer. Style and wellness were never meant to be two different conversations. They are the same conversation, spoken in two different languages. And here is something I want to gently push back on because it needs to be said. Society spent decades telling women that self-expression has an expiration date, that boldness belongs to the young, and that after a certain birthday, you should quietly fade into the background of your own life. I reject that, and I hope you do too. Self-expression is not reckless at 40, 50, 60, or beyond. It is earned. You have decades of taste, instinct, and lived experience informing every choice you make now, and that is not something to shrink from. That is something to wear proudly, whether it shows up as a bold red lip, a silver hair color you finally stopped hiding, or a coat in a color that used to feel too loud for you. It was never too loud. You were just waiting for permission you no longer need. The real secret to looking rich. Here is the truth most fashion content will never say to you plainly. Looking expensive was never about money. It has always been about intention, restraint, self-respect, and choosing pieces that honor the woman you have become rather than the one you used to be. You do not need a designer closet to look like a woman of substance. You need clarity. You need fit. You need fabric that respects your body, colors that flatter your undertone, and a level of grooming that says I still choose myself every single morning. The most elegant, most magnetic, most unforgettable women I have ever met were rarely dressed the loudest. They were dressed the most intentionally. They understood that at this stage of life, you have already earned your seat at the table. You do not need to shout for it. You simply need to walk in like you know it is yours. So here is your gentle homework this week. Open your closet. Be honest about what no longer fits, what no longer flatters, and what you are only keeping out of habit. Start small. One tailored piece. One quality fabric. One neutral staple that makes you feel like the version of yourself you are stepping into. This is not about becoming someone new. This is about finally dressing like the woman you already are. Your invitation. If this found you today, if even one sentence made you feel seen, I would love for you to stay close. Subscribe to Timeless Elegance so we can keep having these conversations week after week about style, confidence, beauty, and the quiet, radiant art of aging gracefully. You are not past your prime. Sis, you are only just arriving at it. And I, for one, cannot wait to watch you own every single moment of